What's up guys, this is Chronic Rush and welcome to a brand new episode of my FIFA 14 Team of the Week predictions. Welcome back guys to this fairly fun series for me where I'm predicting the Team of the Week, which is supposedly coming out on the 13th of November, Wednesday as always guys. So make sure you stay tuned, come to my channel on Tuesday where I should have a Team of the Week predictions up every week. I'd like to see your predictions, stuff like that, so go and put that in the comments. But this week's Team of the Week, fairly solid Team of the Week, some fairly solid players, some low rated goal players, stuff like that. We've got quite a few strikers as normal. Goalkeepers weren't too bad. We had some excellent performances in the BPL, some surprise results as well. So this week's Team of the Week should be fairly interesting. You've got other players who, quite a few hat-tricks this week actually. People had their scoring boots on and just went hells blazing. 2 players with 4 goals, absolutely phenomenal. But let's start off with some of the substitutes. And the first player we're going to have here, it was kind of hard to actually find a sub goalkeeper because I knew the starting 11 keeper straight away as soon as I was about to build this team. The sub keeper was fairly hard. I was looking around the leagues, couldn't really find any. There wasn't really any good, strong performances other than in the Liga do Brazil, and I believe that league is actually coming to the end. They started a bit earlier than all like the normal leagues and stuff like that, and there's about 3 fairly solid performances by all the keepers, and I decided to go for the Cruzeiro keeper Fabio, and the main reason I went for him instead of someone like Vandelia, the quarterback keeper. There's some others. It's just the fact that he just seemed to have an absolute solid game, and it's basically a must-win game because they are, I believe, if they are fairly if they win one more game, maybe I think they've actually got and won the overall title. But he picked up a clean sheet as well as around 6 or 7 saves against Grêmio, so a fairly solid performance by him in goal, and hopefully Cruzeiro should go on to win the title. Moving on to the centre backs, we've got a player called Quackman. Keys Quackman plays for NAC Bleda in the Eredivisie, and they went out and played PSV at the weekend. Kind of a shock result. They actually went out and won 2-1, and main reason because of this guy picking up 2 goals as a centre back against PSV. A very, very good, solid performance by him indeed. Moving on to the next player, we've got our first bronze. We're lacking on the bronze players in this week's subs. This player here, Ryan Gould, plays for Dundee United in the SPL and had a very, very good performance. Not too sure he actually played in the game. I think he probably played more of a centre mid. Some people saying centre mid, some people saying a cam. But he went out and picked up 2 goals in Dundee's 4-0 win there. Fairly solid from any midfielder. I'm not too sure on the assists and stuff like that. Didn't really watch too much of the highlights of the game. Just saw he picked up 2 goals, and from centre mid should be fairly solid. Moving on to the next player, we got onto the moves of some very, very good performances by these substitutes. We got first player, got a player called Antonio, plays in the Eredivisie. It's going to be, hopefully he's on the screen. No, he's not, but I'll get away into it. But he actually plays in the Eredivisie, plays for I believe, a newly promoted team under the name of, let me quickly find this player here, plays on the, I think it is the right wing, maybe the left wing. Let me have a quick look. It's actually on the left, my bad. This player here, he's got quite a bit of pace, where is he? Come on, no, he is on the right, my bad again. This player here, finally, Antonia, plays for Go Ahead Eagles. Like I said, a newly promoted team. Looks like a fairly solid card, like a low-rated silver, 91 pace. Shame he didn't have some decent skill moves and stuff like that, just looking at the comments as there. But this guy picked up, I believe, 2 goals as well as an assist and man of the match in their 4-1 win at the weekend. So again, a very performance by a right wing. Moving on to the goal scoring legends here, we have Ross McCormack picking up 4 goals against Charlton. Yes, 4 goals. This guy, very, very good player indeed. He's got some absolutely amazing shooting, and looks like a fantastic card actually in this year's FIFA. As you can see there, pace not the strongest, but as a centre forward, that could be fairly impressive. He actually played as a striker in the game, picking up 4 goals, like I said, in their Leeds' 4-2 win over Charlton. Moving on to the next player, we've got another hat-trick under the name of Arabia, and he plays for, I believe it is Granada in the Liga BVA, and this guy, I believe it was a Friday night game maybe, picked up a hat-trick as well as man of the match in their 3-1 win over Malaga. Malaga not doing too well whatsoever so far in the start of the season. And moving on to the final substitute, we've got a player in the Mexican League under the name of Buscelli. This guy went out again, picked up 4 goals in Leon's 5-0 win over Tijuana. fantastic result, and this guy, very, very good performance indeed. But let's get on to the squad. Quickly name it. Same formation as always, guys. I'm not too sure why. It just seems to work all the time. And the keeper, who had an absolute cruel game for Tottenham. Sorry, Tim Krul. Fantastic performance. I've never seen a better keeping performance in a long time. This guy, nothing was going to go past him. Maybe about 60 minutes in, you did not think a shot was going to get past him. He made around 10 saves. No, I think it was a bit more than that. I think it was like 14 shots in total, Tottenham. 10 saves, a clean sheet, and man of the match. And just made some absolutely phenomenal saves. One free kick comes in. Bounces off the wall. He is already basically diving one way. Already committed to the flight path of the ball. Ball gets deflected, and he somehow manages to stick out his right hand and push it up in the air. And then somehow smothers the shot, rebound shot, and Yang Biwa, I do believe, goes and clears it. And this guy just had an absolutely exceptional game. Nothing was going to go past him, so I think he definitely deserves an informed card. Moving on to another BPL player, Wes Brown, I believe coming back from like an injury or I'm not too sure what it was, but he hasn't been playing for quite a long time. And again, another fantastic performance and another shock result. Sunderland actually bringing up the rear of the table right at the bottom. Not doing too well. New manager under the name of Gus Poyet, and they went and played Man City. Not a easy game, should I say, but they go and get the full 3 points in a 1-0 win. Chris Bowen getting the assist, a clean sheet, as well as the Sky Sports man of the match with an absolutely solid defensive performance there. And I think Man City, from the shots I'm thinking off the top of my head, I think they had maybe like 5 shots on target. So these defenders absolutely solid, and he won everything in the air. They just started crossing the ball in. Man City applying the pressure, balls were flying in, he was just heading it out. Also, Barnsley could be another option there. Moving on to another centre-back, we got Van Dijk, the centre-back, Celtic centre-back, Netherlands. This guy picked up 2 goals as well in Celtic's 4-1 win over Ross County there. Joe Ledley also picking up the other 2, so could be an inform in the midfield. And moving on to the final centre-back, we have Boateng. And this guy picked up a goal and a goal and a clean sheet in Bayern Munich's 3-0 win over Augsburg. Wasn't too sure onto who put in that final centre-back. Also, you got Skirtle as well, but I think I had too many BPL players, so that's why I went and put Boateng there. Moving on to the midfield, the first player we're going to have here is a MLS player under the name of Morales. Plays for Real Salt Lake, picked up a goal and an assist and man of the match in Real Salt Lake's 4-2 win over Portland Timbers in their latest playoff game there. Fairly solid performance by him indeed. Moving on to the next midfielder, we've got a player called Conti, plays for Cagliari in the Serie A. This guy picked up 2 goals as well as a man of the match in their 2-1 win over Torino, which is a fairly solid result. Torino being a fairly hard team to beat in the Serie A. So far, you've got Sergi, who's been an absolutely phenomenal player so far. Also plays more of a defensive role, so you could claim that he had a fairly solid defensive game as well. Moving on to the next midfielder, we have Cesc Fabregas, the Barcelona centre mid, picking up 2 goals as well as an assist and man of the match in their 4-1 win over Real Betis there. Fairly solid performance by him indeed. I think Messi went out injured for a bit. I'm not too sure who else was playing in the midfield role, but very good performance by him. And moving on to the final player in the midfield, we have a player called Son. Actually plays as a striker for Bayer Leverkusen, but this week's game against Hamburg, I do believe, he actually played on the left-hand side as the left wing, picking up a hat-trick as well as an assist and man of the match in their 5-3 win. Very, very good performance indeed before Bayer Leverkusen and himself there. Moving on to the camp, wasn't too sure who to put into this spot. You've got Kevin Prince Boateng, the Schalke centre mid, centre forward, picking up 2 goals. Also a player on that team picking up 2 assists for those 2 goals. But I decided to go for a Eredivisie player under the name of Finn Borgson, who actually hasn't got a inform yet. And this guy scored hat-tricks for days. I'm really surprised he hasn't got one yet. But again, this week picking up another hat-trick in their 5-2 win on the Friday night over. I'm not too sure on the actual team. I think it was a team under the name of NEC. No, was it? I think it was Roda actually. No, NEC in the Eredivisie. But moving on to the 2 final players of the squad. First player we're going to have here up front is a player in the Bundesliga under the name of Ramos, Adrian Ramos. I used him in my second Bundesliga team in FIFA 13. Was an absolute tank there, and this Colombian striker seems to be an absolute destroying tank in the up front for Hertha, who've been absolutely solid coming up into the Bundesliga. giving hard performances to all the top teams, including Bayern Munich, with Bayern Munich only winning 3-2, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. But Ramos here picking up 2 goals as well as an assist and man of the match in their 3-2 win. Not too sure. I think it was Hoffenheim, who's had a fairly decent spell of games as well. So very, very good performance by him indeed, making a contribution to every single goal in that game. That's what you want your strikers to do. And moving on to the final player of this team, play in the Russian league under the name of Movisian. I'm not too sure, Movisian. I'm not too sure how you pronounce that. Plays for Spartak, plays up front, and this guy picked up a hat-trick and man of the match in their Spartak's 4-2 win over Zenit St. Petersburg. Another very, very good, solid win for Spartak there. But let's really quickly move over to this bit here. As you can see here, the players all in their inform car versions, up their rating by a bit. None of the in-game stats are changed, but you can see what these players could look like on Wednesday tomorrow. So make sure you go and check out the team of the week tomorrow. See how I did on my predictions. Guys, if you got any people I may have missed, put that in the comments. I've also remember Ibrahimovic up front picking up a hat-trick, but I believe maybe one of them was a penalty, and some of them were other goalkeeper errors. So I'm not too sure if he would actually get that, but he could be another option up front. But guys, if you have missed any players, put that in the comments. Also remember to hit that like button, and also remember to subscribe to stay tuned to this series and next week's episode of the Team of the Week predictions. Guys, this has been Kronosh. Till next time, adios.